If you are a high net worth individual, and for estate planning purposes, I'm looking at high net worth individuals as people that might be subject to the federal estate tax, which right now is just shy of $14 million. And so if you're a high net worth individual, anything that you have above that $14 million or double that as a couple is going to be taxed at 40% at the federal estate tax level. And so we're going to want to look into some estate tax planning strategies in order to avoid you having to pay some of that federal estate tax. And some of those strategies might include certain irrevocable trusts that you can put in place now, so as your assets gain value, you won't be taxed on them again from an estate tax level. The benefits of using trusts, and specifically irrevocable trusts, in high net worth estate planning is, number one, avoid some potential tax consequences that you might have, and number two, to protect your beneficiaries from creditors or different predators that might be preying on their assets as they know that they have inherited large sums of money. And the way you do that is by putting money into an irrevocable trust now, where there could potentially, although a lot of times there isn't, be some gift taxing consequences, but in the future that money can gain value over time, and you will not, and your family will not, incur an estate tax on your death. If you are a business owner, you're going to want to consider business succession planning when you think about estate planning. So you need to think about who is going to run your business, who is going to receive the interests or assets in your business, and are those people going to carry forward your business? Do you want them to sell your business? You're going to need to think about, if you have partners, do you need buy-sell agreements? What do you have in place, and does it still make sense today from when you initially established your business? If you're a high net worth individual with a lot of investments, you should really consider working with a financial planner. We work very closely with several different financial planners, and they help to execute your estate plan by making sure that your beneficiary designations align with your estate planning goals. Remember that anything that has a beneficiary designation will pass outside of probate, meaning that regardless of what you have stated in your will or your trust, anything that has a beneficiary designation is going to pass pursuant to that beneficiary designation. And that should really align with your estate planning goals. If you are a high net worth individual thinking about getting your estate plan in place or needing to make some updates to your estate plan, please call us at Hoelzle Law.